5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Mineski's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Mineski's turn to ban. OG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Mineski's turn to ban. OG's turn to pick. Mineski's turn to pick.
Keeper of the light.
Mineski's turn to pick. OG's turn to pick.
Enigma.
OG's turn to ban.
Monkey King.
Welcome back, guys. Game 2. It's on the books. It's on the cards. Lizard joining me once more.
Nie zjadowaj ze świadczem, dają nim znać całemu światu.
Top tier Polish right there.
Graj, nagrywaj, streamuj bez kompromisów. I guess I read one word right. It's Slav language. Who cares? It's all the same, right?
Sure. Sure.
Polish, like, who cares?
Yeah. ESL on Katowice at 29.
Yeah.
Lizard making friends along the way. So we get ourselves into game 2. Let's take a quick look, shall we? The draft. It's underway. Blizzard. Another game, another different drafting style. What jumps out at you here?
Yeah, we have this Kotl, picked by OG. Kotl has been nerfed just a bit, but honestly, this hero is still just as strong. You can't use that refresher any longer on him, which is, I mean, understandable. That was so good. You buy that refresher on Kotl, suddenly you're disabled forever. You can't do anything. You can't even pop BKB in that, if he times it right. And we see Monkey again. Yeah, I mean, OG opening in their style. Monkey King in first phase, basically forcing the enemy team to react to it, forcing the enemy team to pick a hero that's good versus that Monkey on mid, or to pick... Yeah, basically you can't know if Monkey is 4 or Dobson is going to play it, so have to be careful about it. Mineski, in similar fashion, getting that Tiny, who can be played on 3 or 4. Last game we saw him on 2. It didn't really work out for them mid. He did well versus Dobson on mid, but the impact in the game just wasn't there. And now they pick Enigma. That's something new, something strange. Exotic, I would even dare to say.
Exotic?
Yeah, exotic Enigma.
I just want to quickly test something.
Right.
But that works. That works perfectly fine. Why doesn't it like me? Sometimes it just doesn't like me.
Why? What happened?
I don't know, but look, the odds are broken as well. Mineski have no odds.
They have no odds. They have no chances of winning this game.
OBS is having a few hiccups, I think. I don't know what's happening there, but we'll stick to the draft. It's showing the draft properly. It's all good. Right, bans: Chen, Nature's Prophet, Enchantress, Darkseer, Pugner, ET, Lifestealer, Brew, Bat, and Treant. All removed out, and into the second phase we go.
Really hyped about the Treant ban. I'm looking forward to seeing this hero work because he's been out for such a long while, and honestly, the hero was
5 seconds
broken
remaining.
1 point long time ago, but ever since the change to his invis, Nature's Guise, which he cannot go invis if he's being hit, right? It has a cooldown that's refreshed every single hit. I felt like that hero is ruined, so whenever I feel that the hero is really bad and I see him banned, I'm hyped at seeing him work. And such as Crystal Maiden, right? Hero that just disappeared from the meta completely because she got wrecked. Frostblast mana increased, but now with that Iron Maiden actually, ultimate,
infinite armor.
Run to the hills, run for your lives.
Try and punch that
Maiden. She
starts
using Freezing Field, yeah. They do have a lot of disables though, so she must get that BKB if she wants to ulti properly. You have the Ember, you have the Monkey, even the Keeper with the ult. You have very long range disables for her, so far at least.
OG's turn to pick.
Weaver. A hero that was banned out in the previous game. I think specifically to stop that Bat versus Weaver match.
Yeah, I think Mineski was the one that banned it, right?
And now they pick it.
Now they pick it. They value this Weaver. It's strange because EU teams, they do not. Like, they pick it every now and then, but with very little success. Every game that I've watched in the recent weeks have been very horrible. Weaver is picked. The hero just doesn't do anything. Gets that Lincoln's, has a decent laning stage, obviously, it is a Weaver, but just falls off, and I don't know. As I stated before, I always like to see the heroes that I think little of work out. I love to see how teams adapt, how they make them work, but Weaver is just one of those heroes that I don't see working unless OG just throws super hard.
Like specifically here against OG's draft as well. The biggest kind of thing for the Weaver is the Geminator against the Will-O-Wisp. But outside of that, I don't see how Weaver does well against Ember or Monkey.
Versus Ember and Monkey, it doesn't, right? Like, it doesn't do well. You have those bugs to latch onto Monkey, I suppose, which is kind of nice. Kotl is usually a hero that relies only on his movement speed. He's super squishy, so getting that Weaver allows you to get on top of him very easily. And now you have a Rubik, a hero that's amazing versus Weaver too, and versus Enigma. This is a perfect Rubik game. Just choose a spell to steal. You have 2 channeling ultimates, which are amazing.
Choose a hero, you're going to get something good.
And you have a Weaver who's going to be spamming out a spell that's arguably even better than big ultimates, because you're always going to be in position to get that lift off. So honestly, I love the Rubik pick. This might be then a Monkey or most likely, right? Or Rubik even core, but I haven't really seen Thompson play a lot of Rubik.
No, not recently.
And then you'd have Rubik plus Ember, Spirit cores. I wouldn't like that, so I think it's gonna be 4 Rubik, 5 Kotl, Monkey and Ember are gonna be our cores. We'll see which lanes they go to. In the end, we're gonna see a Seb hero on that off lane.
Final hero for Seb.
Beast isn't banned out, it's always an option.
And we even saw OG don't mind putting Ember against the Tiny, right?
Yep.
Thompson did.
Well, he didn't do well on that mid lane, but it worked out for them. So they sacrificed 1 lane. So what? They win the other 2.
It looked a lot worse because he got ganked a couple of times by the Grimstroke, right? In the straight 1v1, Tiny was winning by maybe like a wave and a half.
Yeah, it wasn't like a crush. It wasn't like he was playing versus some Monkey King that just destroyed him. So Ember wasn't doing too poorly on that mid lane, definitely.
Then they do give ILTW the Monkey King, maybe. Well, we'll see what happens.
I think Thompson gives away Monkey to LTW.
That's why I had the hesitation in my voice. I was like, as I was saying it, I was thinking, ooh, now that's a spicy one. Nick Assassin against Weaver. This is one of the old school counters, which we just don't see anymore.
It's really good on the lane as well. If you put Rubik plus Nyx versus him, you can definitely mess with Weaver, as it's very similar to how Rubik plus Centaur worked versus Weaver. Lift into stun. However, like that lift, Ruby got nerfed quite hard. That lift is horrible, level 1. Like, you just go up and down instantly. It doesn't do a whole lot. That's why...
It's atrocious.
Yeah, that's why players aren't even skilling it that much. You just go for the passive and the Fate Bolt. However, Nyx overall is really good. The hero got buffed quite hard in the recent patches too. Gets that level 10 90 gold talent.
Yeah.
So it just allows him to farm so well. You have ways of... Another way of dealing with the Crystal Maiden, with the Weaver, another disable from the Enigma. Overall, they have nothing versus that BKB Black Hole, but you can steal that Black Hole and use it yourself. So,
and historically, Nyx has been one of those heroes that hasn't had like a predetermined item build. There's nothing that he needs. Hand of Midas used to be a big one, and you know, coming into this kind of meta, having
you can do that again. Like Midas is such a huge part of this meta, even now that it's been nerfed.
Juggernaut.
You may now
right, so it's gonna be a jug. Wait, are they gonna put Weaver on mid
against the Ember? No, Moon is
gonna be
support Weaver, position
Weaver.
4 Weaver.
So this is a Jabate Weaver, right?
Okay,
but I mean, if you put Moon mid, it is Tiny, but it's still Monkey versus Tiny. Monkey versus... Well, they both have very long sticks. Let's put it that way. And they're gonna battle it out on that mid lane with their long sticks. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun lane, definitely, for very...
Whose is longer?
I mean, the thing is, Tiny can change his sticks. No, he can just grab another bigger one, while Monkey, I think he's bound to his Monkey King bar.
I guess it depends how far you take the lore. Because originally Monkey King in China could extend the length of his stick to match the circumstances he was in. So historically, Monkey King can change it to any size he wants.
He has Boundless Strike, he extends it so well, like so far out.
But Tiny can throw his, but it's not long, it can just go far.
Why would you throw your stick, after all? Like,
sometimes you're not happy with the stick you've got and you want a different stick. So you throw the one you have, and then, you know, you go and find one in the forest, you pick what you know.
Oh, you find it in the forest, that's how it works.
You go foraging for sticks.
Oh, why didn't anyone tell me that before?
Oh, these are things you got to learn growing up in the wild, wild wasteland of Dota 2.
Alright.
We do quickly have to do this. We've got some odds. There we go. Mineski 2.62, 1.45 for OG. We can quickly bring that up on screen. And also our Mercedes MVP.
May the light keep you.
Prepare for battle.
Top lane is missing. Top lane is missing.
Oh, he...
Welcome back, guys. Swinging into game. I can see some of you talking about Tiny being a grower and not a shower. I'm not sure about that one. I think you're projecting a little bit there, chat. But here we are. Mineski against OG. As very quickly, Thompson's shenanigans being cut short. He will not be sliding into that fountain or the Radiant side of the map to kill the courier. He's been spotted.
Listen to that, Enigma, and you're beneath me. How does he dare? Like,
that's a big ego, isn't it?
Yeah, it truly is.
Galaxy-sized ego.
Indeed. What do we have here? Well, they aren't really messing with the lanes a whole lot. It's what we expected, right? We're gonna see the Tiny versus Monkey mid. Monkey decorating his mid lane with his little trees here around the tier 2. Enjoying it quite a lot. Look at these trees. Look at the trees!
I'm sorry.
Look at the trees!
I'm looking! They are beautiful, aren't they? Now jump on them. Jump, go, up. No? Thompson? Leaving them alone. Spin down bottom. Seb in trouble. First blood about to be spilt by Mineski. Jet grabs up the kill on Nyx. Very, very quick one as well.
Yeah, this is great for Jug to get the first blood like that. It's one of those carries that really... I mean, every carry benefits. That got it, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Right, so he's gonna go for those boot earlier than usual, and because of that, he's gonna be able to chase down Nyx even better.
I really like that. That is a sick play by No-Tail, actually.
Is it, though? Isn't he just gonna lose the range creep now?
Oh.
I mean, it looked like a sick play, but...
I take it back.
Right?
I eat my words immediately.
He's just gonna push even harder because of that, because the creeps are... I mean, you're playing versus... Look at that, like, he got 1 CS. Did he get even 1? He did, right? Yeah, 1.
Ember has 1 CS.
Yeah, good job, Kotl.
And Kotl's getting chased by Febby. Weaver with Paradise Crystal Maiden. They are both here, dragging waves around. Yeah, so that sick play.
It didn't really work out.
Like, the thing is, if
he's gonna die.
Is Kotl actually dead?
Yeah,
goodness gracious me.
Honestly, like, one of the biggest issues for Kotl is the fact that he's very squishy. He's fast, but very squishy. So if you get on top of him with something like a Weaver, you're gonna be killing him 24/7. So this position 4 Weaver might actually work out this match.
I'm just wondering, if the Kotl makes a play like that, the Ember should maybe sitting a bit further forward to catch the rest of the wave. Flame guard it down. But ILTW was dealing with his own wave.
I mean, they're actually helping this Enigma so much. I don't even think it's that necessary after that start. I think he was gonna have a good time regardless. It's an Enigma on the offlane. Like, you just deny and you keep the free play back.
It's an Enigma tri-lane though, Lizard.
The Enigma tri-lane is ridiculous. Like, I don't know what... I mean, ELTV, he has that level.
Is he dead?
Ooh.
Slight into runaway, slowly but surely. He's
fine.
Going to be left to live as Febby battling No Tail back in the dire jungle.
The idol one's disappeared, so because of that, survives there, but Febby might go for No Tail again.
There's blood in the water.
What's happening on other lanes?
I was going to say that.
Yeah,
there are other lanes. Monkey's 9-4, the Tiny sitting at 7-1. Thompson takes the lead, but Moon bottles a regen rune. That's pretty tasty for him. And OG running a dual lane down bottom. Seb and Yurax. They are this Nyx and Rubik. Arjit suffering a little bit in the CS.
I mean, he's 1 versus 2. This isn't an easy lane for him. They're gonna rotate the Crystal Maiden bottom. And I mean, this is just an mid, right? Thompson? I get the...
dodges. Yurax dies. Crystal Maiden made the movement.
As soon as CM rotated bottom, they get the kill. With that spin, it's pretty simple. So overall, these lanes are turning out to be fine for OG. So
that mid lane situation is always what really freaks me out as a caster. Because Monkey King versus Tiny Lane, it can just snap of the fingers, it can go one way or the other.
It can go either way, definitely. There's so much burst on both of these heroes. If you just look at the different lane and they start battling it out, you're gonna miss it.
I'll miss them anyway, don't you worry, but I'll miss them extra hard when it's a Monkey against Tiny.
Alright, you look across the map.
Maybe I'll miss them so hard I'll catch them.
That could be fun.
Yeah?
Happens.
Occasionally, you know. A stopped clock is right twice a day.
As you're scrolling from bottom to top, you just glance over them. It can happen.
I'm just going to quickly move my camera down bottom lane. Look at the Rubik. Look at the Nyx assassin. Now it's a miss. A Monkey against the Tiny. Oh, the top lane. What's happening here? LTW. He's in trouble. Listen, I'm not going to let you start talking. No. There you go.
Should I try now?
Go ahead, buddy.
Alright, so I'm gonna be your designated mid lane observer. You check everything else and I'll just be watching mid and I'll tell you when stuff happens, alright?
Nice.
There you go.
I will not look mid unless you scream at me.
There, easy job.
Very good. Where are we sitting now? 16 denies on this Enigma, and ILTW has had enough. Cutting waves behind the tier 1.
Mid lane?
Oh, mid lane. There's a kill. No, it's not.
No,
Avalanche. Monkey King. Not quite getting the kill on Moon.
Every time I make you look mid, but...
another kill happens?
A kill does not happen. You owe me a drink. There we go.
Okay, every time you make me look mid, but a kill doesn't happen, oh my god, that sounds awful. I'm looking mid, by the way, because Thompson's about to die. Moon, he's baited the mischief. Under the tower you go, Thompson. Frostbitten. And twice shy.
Yeah, you see, I didn't bait you in. A kill actually happened. Easy.
Yeah, no, thank you. Good job, Lizard. MVP, you deserve a Mercedes now. Just for helping you spot kills on the map.
I wish.
Rubik trying to help out Seb. Juggernaut, seemingly a difficult lane opponent.
Yeah, like he's had such an advantage with that first blood and with that additional kill on Rubik. He has his power threads completed, and from this point onwards, Seb can get experience, but it's hard for him to get the CS, and Jack can just zone him out. We'll see how it pans out. It shouldn't be too hard for Nyx. Mid lane, we see a Rubik.
Oh, Seb. Oh. Not too hard for Nyx. Seb gets spun down by Arjit. Got left alone, yeah. Jerax has just wandered off towards mid, chasing Pylite Eye.
Yeah, he realized that he can't really help the Nyx, so he decided to use his spell somewhere else, maybe somewhere where he can get a kill, but because of that, instantly Nick suffers and dies.
Topson, top rune, not going to be there. Weaver, Maiden, and Tiny will be there. The arrival party and the courier in trouble, dead and picked off. One slipper of agility. Press F in chat. Even gets the tip from Febby.
Please they trade those tips.
RTW left alone top now. No Tail is stacking and pulling, but they bring this Weaver and Maiden just roaming from lane to lane.
I mean, Febby is just doing an amazing job when it comes to these rotations. While he was on top, he was just completely pressuring No Tail. And as soon as he leaves, he gets a kill on mid. So far, a great game by this Weaver.
They're hunting No Tail as well.
I like his build as well, builds into Earn. The LTW actually.
They're giving it a try.
Nah, it's fine.
Don't want to dive under that tier 1 and commit for it. And look at this, Rubik. Scouted out by Dire Observer Ward, coming in behind. LTW makes the maneuver forward onto Pylai Die, and there is Jirax with a quick fade bolt. The final clicks coming from No Tail and ILTW. No TP attempt by Pylai Die, as he knows he is pretty much dead to rights. Febby and KP left to their own devices top now as OG make the tri-lane happen up here.
Yeah, usually when you see a Kotl, you expect something to combo with the Chakra Magic. Right now, at least, that's basically the only way you lane well with Kotl. You aren't really playing around your Illuminate, you're playing around reducing the cooldown on your core, and now they go Weaver.
There's no Shikuchi now.
Yeah, they might get him. Is that...
Febby overplays his hand.
This is it. Maybe he was counting seconds, maybe he knew the spells were on cooldown, but...
Suddenly Chakra.
Yeah, suddenly Chakra.
Seb, plenty of CS down here. He can also Vendetta to run away. And Arjit without spin, he's pinging this. He wants a fight to happen. He wants this pick off, but nobody on this OG side is available to really maneuver down there.
Seb has 7.6 regions, so he should be fine here. Region up, get some CS under the tower defended. He's happy with the amount of levels that he's getting. And ELTW isn't happy with the fact that he just died to Moon.
Hasted Tiny.
Was he trying to... Oh, he was maybe trying to take these stacks, and instead it's the Tiny that snatches them away.
Topson has come down.
Radiant structures are
Arjit very, very wisely, thanks to this Observer Ward though, hiding in the trees.
What about top lane though? There's a fight happening.
It's a weird one, isn't it? Febby and Moon have gone in. Tiny with that long rotate through the Dire jungle. Stun missing from Seb though, unfortunately. Does get the carapace onto Moon, but ILTW black holed up. And Jerax with the quick lift to drag back. Faith bolts them down, but nobody has fallen on Mineski just yet. OG can say a similar thing. They've only lost the Kotl, and a quick Vendetta out by the Nyx will keep him alive. He wants KP on the left-hand side. They've got a remnant from ILTW, and that will chase him down to find the kill.
They are
Spirit grabbed it up.
Zero gonna try now. That way.
Oh, Ember Spirit.
He's fine.
Flame Guard finally dissipating.
Yeah, so the winners of this whole engagement... Oh, engagement.
Another carapace into stun. Seb, it looks about done though with Febby chasing him down. Next assassin pays the ultimate price. Moon and Pylai Die continue forward aggressively, and ILTW slight dodges the toss, but it's still dead regardless here as the swarm tickles his armor down into nothing, and Rubik hounded by Febby. Weaver. Oh, it's a big chunk of damage from No Tail's Illuminate. Febby's still skirting the edge of that tower range, just looking for the opening. And Topson, he's come in at long last, arriving to find Moon. Bounty rune down on the low ground. Toss away so Moon can grab it up and fill his bottle. He's very likely going to lose his life for it, though.
Avalanche.
He's dead. In the meantime, Febby... he got that kill in the long run. He eventually got there, but Pylai Die still being pummeled by this Monkey King. Not enough damage with the Boundless, but the fourth hit will arrive from Topson.
I was gonna recap this fight 3 minutes ago. What's happening? This Infinity War.
Never ending. And looks very good for Mineski the way these have been going as well. Even with these extended chases, Juggernaut still very freely farming down bottom lane.
I mean, if you're Mineski, you're satisfied with the way this went. I think so, indeed. Yeah, your moon died, but you're fine. Oh!
Oh, they're going in on Thompson.
Nah, that was like... If that toss instantly happened, I think they get the kill. But it happened a bit too late because Avalanche whiffed. They didn't really connect with the Avalanche properly. So Thompson just survives there, runs back. Overall though, I'm not certain, like, they do have the Enigma, and whenever I see an Enigma, I'm like, this team has an advantage late game. They can scale better. But in this particular match, you're playing versus Rubik, so it isn't that easy to have those good black holes. It's gonna be interesting to see how it pans out after the laning stage, because the laning stage, yeah, I did go a little bit in the way of Mineski, as we can see a 4k advantage, but it's not like... it's not decided.
It's these big items that are coming, right? The blink on Tiny, blink on Enigma, Juggernaut now has the Yasha. What, Weaver has an urn and he's aiming for the Aghanims straight off the back of it. Sentries galore along this top lane as well. I think we've had about as many sentries as we've had minutes in this 12-minute match.
Yeah, they're definitely playing the sentry division game a lot on this top lane, preventing Febby to just completely dominating no-till. That's important for them, obviously, because Kotl can suffer so hard versus him, and Team Might right now.
Yeah, dived onto tier 1. TP from Thompson. We'll close the door on that aggression from Mineski. Rubik gets a little bit of breathing room down bottom lane. Quick little ward and a steal of the spin. And here comes the blink dagger for Tiny. Moon is having it delivered. And this should be an attempt of a kill on someone, but who is it, Lizard? Who do they go on?
Well, they smoke up, and perhaps this monkey on top lane might be the best target if he remains around the top lane, that is. Because you have the Enigma there with the Black Hole, you have the Weaver, you could have a potential good team fight after that kill. Yeah, they're pinging out the monkey. It's hard, he's falling back. He reads the situation well, it seems. Does he? Smoke camp instead.
There's a dire sentry. He sees Febby coming in, but he decides to hold on to his spells. With 3 heroes here, Mineski makes short work of the Monkey King.
It looked like he was doing the smart thing, that he was being cautious, and then he started hitting the small gnolls for some reason.
And that's a dire sentry, right?
Yeah, it is.
So he sees the Weaver come in, decides not to jump.
Yeah.
Gives them the tier 1 top. Febby getting so much information deep in this dire side jungle. Shakuching forward, trying to steal some little crepes, and here we go with the Will-O-Wisp, stopping the Maiden and cancelling her ulti. Juggernaut can still spin and Omnislash, but ILTW has the Remnant to escape to, as well as one now to return to with the TP back home.
Yeah,
Thompson
here.
Nice Boundless jumping on Maiden. He wants this quick and easy kill, but it's not going to be quick or easy as Moon swings hard with the Albatross and Thompson's down. OG, they group up as 4. Here comes the Omnislash though, and where's the Black Hole? Catches 1. And 1 only, but it's the Ember Spirit opening a double kill for Moon, and this chase continues forward as Seb spun into the ground. Next Assassin is gonna survive, but not for long. Arjit's final swing of the sword will clear him up, and Febby, with the help of the toss, he might have enough damage. No, doesn't commit with the Shakuchi. In fact, Jerax will be the one to steal it.
Yeah, he didn't want to commit there because he didn't see Jerax, I suppose. But Jerax had no lift, so I don't know. I think that bottom could have died there, but overall, even if he didn't, it doesn't matter. Mineski had such a great fight there, getting that tier 1 and the team fight. Crystal Maiden though. Oh, BLTW?
Oh, he's going in. Hardcore. Lose the Rubik for it, and ILTW no remnants, only 1 charges. Slight ready in 2 seconds, and they're trying to get in here with some chains, connecting with a Juggernaut. No spin for 5 seconds. Good 2-man stun from Seb. The Avalanche buys time for Arjit to walk it off. Can he get away? The slight doesn't do enough damage, but the Remnant. Oh, the spin, but no. Thompson closes the door. Enough of your nonsense, and now potentially Roshan time for OG. They want the Tiny Moon. Leapt upon by Thompson, the Monkey King. He just is this never-ending relentless force of damage and destruction that he brings upon himself as he feeds.
Yeah, endless destruction in this game overall, to be honest. These fights are so reckless by both teams. Weaver just has one objective in his mind, that's Kotl. Every time the fight starts, he just goes around, kills the Kotl. Jug again, passive sticks, didn't use them. I'm not certain if they would have helped. It's only 9 sticks, but maybe he'd get the second or 2 more. Overall, KP was just farming that whole time, finished his Midas. Super happy about that whole fight.
OG feeling a little lackluster here. You know, Seb hasn't had really any impact in this game, moving towards the hand of Midas that we touched on earlier.
So far, no influence in the game whatsoever on this Nyx. Isn't really the best Nyx game either. Like, the heroes that... He can hunt, but he needs more heroes to follow up. He needs this monkey, per se, to come in and help. But can you actually kill this Jug? He has level 2 Omni Slash. If you don't blow him up, you might just die to him. So, we'll see.
That's a good stun from Seb. And very strong chain stunning from Topson.
Very well played by the two of them. And this is where Nyx shines. You find the target, then another hero follows up, you get that pick off. Alone, you can't really do a whole lot.
Moon has a double damage rune, Echo Saber, Blink Dagger. Mineski is setting up for a big jump, and Topson has wasted his Primal Spring. Not leaping as he's swarmed, cannot jump from tree to tree, blown up by Moon. Seb and Jirax both looking to retreat.
Some of these plays by Topson are very weird, per se.
He seems a little bit on tilt. They will catch the Enigma up at top lane thanks to Seb's carapace. And the damage output is pretty raw there from OG.
Yeah, Seb, instantly after he said that he had no impact, he gets 2 good kills on the map. He gets the Enigma and the Jug kill, so...
Tiny has the remnants of a DD rune. Who does he jump on? Two-man avalanche toss, catches the Nyx. Not quite enough damage just yet. There we go with Pilot Eyes Nova. They all finish off. At least the Nyx assassin, but in comes the Will-O-Wisp and the Remnant. ILTW out of mana. Chakra Magic will keep him going. And Crystal Maiden, she's done for. Moon follows immediately after. And Topson's Monkey King has a Boundless to stop the Weaver Shikuchiing away. Do we have a time lapse? We do not. Very swift retribution from OG.
I mean, that Jirax's ulti was much better than Crystal Maiden's, to be honest. Because the Crystal Maiden, there are so many ways of dealing with her ulti, as we said, and one of them is Will-O-the-Wisp. Bottle drops that ult instantly. Jirax steals the ult, uses it there, kills off the Tiny. Pretty well played by him, and that's why he gets stiffed by his teammate.
And where's Topson going?
And he tips Spylight Eye, obviously, for the extra tilt.
Yeah, thanks for the ulti, lad. Take that. ILTW Battle Fury on this Ember Spirit, so we're going to see a pretty wide array of Ember builds coming out. Phase Drums Maelstrom, Boots of Travel, Treads, Veil. Back to the Battle Fury, back to the good old days.
I guess it helps you a little bit when it comes to objective taking as well. Overall, there's not a whole lot of catch on their side, so you can go for that Battle Fury. Maybe he should tank up a bit more too, but it's on him to decide if he goes for the Battle Fury.
OG very intent on taking this late game, it looks like, because Monkey King has a Midas queued, Seb already has one, of course. Ember with a Battle Fury. Yeah,
and you have a Kotl that's going to be out pushing all the time, and that Battle Fury makes even more sense now that you have said that. He's going to be able to creep skip much faster.
Mineski, what's the game plan from here on out?
I mean, it's not like they're horrible in late game either. The only problem is that they have this one core that they're working with, that's Jug. The rest of them aren't. Tiny is great, but he should fall off eventually. In this kind of a game, though, Monkey and Ember, they can both die to him, so it's not a horrible Tiny game.
OG angling towards the bottom tier 1. Pretty much a mirror movement here from Mineski, but their movement scouted by 2 very interesting OG observer wards, watching pretty much the entirety of the top lane. So Jirax will be there clearing out waves, holding back the onslaught towards his tower. Mineski not really repositioning themselves to defend bottom or anything. They've got no idea where OG are right now. They could be literally anywhere. But hey, that's a Rubik spinning and TPing, and KP says, no, sit down. You're going on the naughty step. No more stealing spells.
Yeah, no more stealing spells, no more out pushing. We want to take that top tier 2 if you're pressuring our tier 1. And you say that they have no idea where they are, but it's like you can kind of figure out by the way they're moving, by the way Weaver is moving around bottom. You can sort of guess that they know exactly where OG is and what they're doing. So, this Tiny, however, did pour down bottom.
Topson's been tapped by the soul release of the Earth. Yeah, Wukong's command and a mischief. Topson turns to fight. It's the only thing he can do. Unfortunately for him, he's again all alone. Nobody there to save him.
I love the fact that he tried to go for the tower, but they fortified it. They deny him that as well. Very unfortunate for Thompson. But he's been like that this whole game. He's been creating so much space, but for who, I wonder? Because, in my opinion, Ember is just as important as he is. It's not like they're playing that last game in which they protected PA, or the gameplay that we saw in which teams were protecting AMs. This isn't a 4 protect 1. They both should kind of share same responsibilities in the mid to late game.
What can this smoke get for Mineski? No Tail gives away his position. Ooh, quick lift. Rubik's there with the telekinesis and now the Will-O-Wisp from No Tail. This has given them a lot of space to actually retreat. LTW has walked into the face of the beast, but he will remnant away to safety as Thompson arrives. Kills off KP. Omni slash into the back. LTW dropping low. Remnant away in the searing chains. LTW! Oh, he's outplayed them. What a masterful display from LTW's Ember. And it opens the map up now for Thompson to move forward and play aggressively. As the freezing field from Jirax, it will tickle the Tiny. And they've got the numbers advantage around him. Surround him and kill him. Tiny down and a triple kill for Thompson.
Yeah, overall, just an amazing play by OG. They played that fight so well. The way Ember survived that whole thing, it was just ridiculous. Like, he survived on 1% HP there.
It was insane.
Yeah. But at the same time, they are...
Arcane Rune helps out here.
Yeah, Arcane Rune helps out, and they're diving. Mineski is diving without the black hole. There is Omni Slash to work with, but... Yeah, the Kotl Glimmer Cape, I think that's what mattered the most. Because you don't kill that Kotl, you don't blow him up. He manages to use that Will-O-Wisp. Suddenly the fight is easy for you.
Oh, Thompson, spooky. Somehow jumps away. And back he goes. Oh, LTW here with the double damage rune says, hello KP, what's up my dude? Found the strike ready and waiting to go. Thompson holding on to it. Now we move in, kills the Weaver before the time lapse and the Maiden follows immediately after. 3-0, one will drop. It's OG losing Rubik, but Ember, Monkey and Nyx still in fighting order as Moon and Arjit. They want this Ember so desperately. But I don't think they'll find it.
As a remnant, so it's very unlikely. Overall though, that lift into the stun on Weaver was so unfortunate for Mineski, because if Weaver is just 1 inch away, he doesn't get stunned there, he doesn't die most likely. Instead they lose 3 instantly with that 1 lift.
1 lift. And Thompson transitioning very quickly from the Midas Echo into a Radiance.
Alright.
There's something we used to see from him quite often, that Radiance against Illusion heroes, mainly, you know, the PLs, the CKs.
Versus Illusion heroes, versus some heroes that can't be damaged by physical damage, right? Have a lot of saves. Cold embraces and stuff like that. But in this match, however, Radiance is just... Alright, interesting.
Does it apply to Jug through Omni Slash? No, right? Because he's invulnerable.
Yeah, I don't think it does. I'm pretty certain it doesn't.
Me too. Radiant Scan doesn't connect with anyone. They're pinging Seb. And there will be the Omni Slash onto the Nyx. One final hit. And Arjit clears it up.
Yeah, you can see No Tail just being annoying, out pushing the top instantly. Spamming his Illuminate. Tiny did pick up an Invis rune, however, besides having that Shadow Blade, but he's not really connecting with his team, so... There's gonna be a smoke up and Tiny's not around.
They've got this Blink Black Hole top as well. It felt like Mineski wanted to fight up here with the ultis they have. Arjit gets out with a dangerous Venn diagram of circles and bubbles, but here's the black hole onto ILTW, catching the Ember. Is he going to survive? The Slight, the chains, the Remnant out, not quite. Oh, Member, no. Dives to the Malefice. KP gets the kill, and Moon can go to work now. No Tail. He's a goner. Down you go. 6 feet under. Ember buyback. The killing off Weaver. Time lapse on in time. As Pylai dies, Frostbite comes out ever so delayed, and now the Remnant's in. Moon has been scouted, but there are no stuns. The chains didn't actually land.
Are they getting anyone? At least the Crystal Maiden.
That's the few supports.
I mean, this is not worth it. This is definitely not worth it for Ember. He bought back, he got Pylai Die. Pylai Die is the happiest he's ever been right now. Is like what? I mean, the target that they had in mind was Jug, because Nyx was on top of him. But luckily Jug used his spin, so Magic Wand into spin into port out, and they couldn't really stop him. Then they couldn't stop the Tiny either.
If they got the slight chains going there, maybe they get the Tiny.
Yeah, he just didn't searing chain him, right? He didn't stun him for some reason, didn't root him. It was unfortunate, a wasted buyback for Ember, which is gonna slow him down a little bit, but he's already very close to that Daedalus, so he's gonna be hitting quite hard in the upcoming fights. The issue that Mineski have is definitely this Rubik. This Jerax Rubik is the playmaker of OG. He's the one that's stopping Mineski of completely obliterating them in these team fights. As Enigma has to be very careful how he positions himself. He has to think about that spell steal. Even with the BKB, it doesn't matter. He's gonna get that BKB, but he's still gonna have to like approach the fight in a proper way. He's not gonna be just able to blow a core up.
And then outside of the team fights, you've got to worry about this Thompson Monkey King. With Radiance and the ability to split push and potentially catch Febby like this, and Seb makes his move in. Boundless to start things off. Stun to combo. Lacking damage though, as the time-lapse will come through from Febby, and there's the escape until the Will-O-Wisp is expended by No-Tail. Quite a bit of commitment.
Yeah, but
kill him.
120 seconds of a cooldown, right? Not really a small commitment coming from OG to kill that position 4 Weaver. He's not really your casual 4 Weaver.
And they smoke up to go and fight almost immediately after.
They're gonna have the Vendetta in 15 seconds, so maybe they can get an additional pick-off.
The troll and snare. Alright, Rubik trying to defend alone against Moon.
He might bait them here. They might go for him.
Next Assassin and No-Tail, I think, scout Pile die. They know the Maiden is disconnected, and likely Juggernaut showing bottom lane will give them a better idea of what's happening on the map. But Mineski, this is much more confident from them compared to game 1, where OG were just absolutely slamming them. This time around, Mineski have so many plays.
They've played so much better this game, definitely. Much more confidence in them, obviously, and I think it's partly because of the way the laning stage went. It was definitely in their favor a bit, so... That Jug having a free lane versus the Seb Nyx, also the Enigma doing fairly well on top. That Enigma has that BKB that we talked about. Now the only question is, does he manage to use that BKB in such a way in which Jerax isn't able to steal it? That's very important.
Especially this Rubik, who is very, very quickly closing in on Aghanim Scepter. That stolen black hole.
Seb?
Massively potent as Seb. There is a dust here on Pile Die.
Oh, the blink out.
Nice little jump away.
He read it perfectly. Like, he went in with Vendetta, but then you could see him. He got to the river and went back instantly. He read what they're doing. He was just breaking that smoke.
Mineski from the high ground. Oh, Moon. Very briefly spotted under that fresh sentry, and No-Tail on the front lines. Forced to Will-O-Wisp, quickly cleared up by the spin of Juggernaut. Tiny maneuvering towards Seb and No-Tail. The Omnislash will take down the next Assassin. ILTW and Thompson, though, quickly dispatched with Pile Die and sit inside the Wukong's command. Awkward fight. Two-man chains, but his healing ward keeping Mineski pretty comfortable until the two-man stun from Seb comes through, and ILTW in again with the chains onto Weaver. Just lacking this continual control and damage though, OG. And Monkey King has been cut down off his tree. Drops from his perch, and in comes KP. The black hole Aplatos will tag Thompson, but Jerax with the steal turns it back, and No-Tail illuminates over the top to kill off 4. OG. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, this is the default Rubik versus Enigma gameplay, right? Enigma isn't doing anything the whole fight. Rubik isn't doing anything the whole fight until one of them gives up, gives in, goes for that ulti. If you don't catch Jerax with it, you just feed the black hole away, and then he counters you. Oh, no, it wasn't really a great fight by Mineski by any stretch. Nyx did buyback, but this time around it was definitely worth it for them to expand that buyback and win a team fight.
OG just played that in and out so perfectly. And they go in, they bait some spells. They don't seem to particularly worry about kind of wasting Will-O-Wisp. It's more of like a zoning tool or forcing a spin from Juggernaut.
I mean, it's hard for you, if you are OG, it's hard for you to not waste that Will-O-Wisp because you are playing versus Gemini Attack, you are playing versus Juggernaut with spin. Like, Jug is probably one of the best heroes when it comes to dealing with eggs and Will-O-the-Wisps.
Tombstone.
All kinds of spherical objects in this game.
It feels very much like Notetail is just throwing it in there, draw their attention.
It truly is that way. They give away their positioning, they give away like that spin.
Well, they give away the Maiden now. Pylite die.
Not the Maiden.
Not the Maiden.
Don't give away the Maiden, guys.
She'll be back in 45 seconds. Cool off a little bit.
I mean, that's the strategy. Stay level 15 forever. Never actually be dead for longer than 45 or 50.
And Topson, role-playing as a Lifestealer, role-playing as an Alchemist, role-playing as a Naga Siren.
Is he going for...
He's got Radiance Manta.
Alright,
It's good enough. They've caught Moon. Nice Will-O-Wisp. He has a BKB and a Blink, so he should be okay. Just to walk it off, Arjit focusing down the Ignis Fatuus as KP arrives, but there's no black hole. Mineski being scattered around right, left, and center as Moon stands his ground to fight Seb, but his BKB Shadow Plate gets dusted up. He's got the BKB TP now and nothing to cancel. So he will get home, but expenditure from the Radiant yet again for no gain.
Jarex gets that toss now. Isn't really that important in that fight. Maybe he tried to toss while he was porting, but that doesn't work anyway anymore, so maybe that was the idea behind it. In any case, they're gonna trade tier 2 for Roche, it looks like. And if you are Mineski, you aren't really happy about that trade.
Do you trade it?
Do you trade it indeed? I think you go back and fight it. You have Black Hole in 10 seconds.
OG quickly realised this, even with a double damage rune on ILTW. Do fall back.
Yeah, that would have been a very greedy play, honestly. Going for that rush like that. You are playing versus an Enigma after all. He needs Lincolns actually right now if he wants to pop that black hole without worrying about Rubik. He needs either the Lincolns or he needs his teammates to deal with Jarex.
He's nearly got Ags on the Rubik as well.
Yeah. This Rubik is scary.
Yeah, it's pretty big. ILTW feeling comfortable.
Yeah. Nyx Assassin also has that A on disc almost completed, getting really close to it. He has it right now.
What about Topson? Anything new? Oh, he's got Bloodthorn queued.
Bloodthorn, alright. Wait. I mean, you have Manta to deal with it if you're Jug. You can blow up the Weaver, I suppose.
He doesn't care BKB?
Yeah.
Feels like he's tanky enough already. ILTW still just shoving out this mid-wave, the dance around Roshan. It does continue, but there's the Blink Black Hole. KP on top of the Ember. He's got himself a Slight and a Remnant, so Mineski will waste it. And what's stolen? Of course he does. Rubik now having the Black Hole. They'll make a move forward, catching the Maiden. A Pylite die, Pylite dead, and a two-man Black Hole on the Will-O-Wisp as Arjit is caught. The Juggernaut trying to spin back to safety, but the Remnants, they'll catch up, close the gap. Another one forward as the Illuminate hits, and Arjit pops the Manta to dodge away, but the Radiance burn and the Searing Chains kill him off easily. Roshan time for OG.
How did it take them so long to take down a single Ember Spirit in a Black Hole with Midnight Pulse there? That was really strange.
He's a big boy.
He's a very tanky boy.
Yeah, he's got no Wraith. He's got a wand. That's the only. It's like the only stat item he has.
Yeah, there's no drums, no raid bands, no Lincolns, nothing like that. So when you fail to kill that Ember and you commit a Black Hole, you have to be feeling bad.
Oh, Seb is hunting down bottom as well. They're not able to TP anyone onto the creep wave. And Enigma will get a couple of bounty runes, but Roshan claimed by OG.
Yeah, if you weren't able to kill him till now, like now he has that Aegis too. Is he building a Radiance?
A Rapier.
A Rapier? Alright, never mind.
Yeah.
What I meant, Rapier,
yeah.
Of course.
Oh, yeah, you meant that for sure. Not being sarcastic at all. But yeah, he's got Aegis and he's just like, well, I guess I need a Rapier then. As Moon gets his BKB forced, KP, having already fallen, gives his life for the cause.
Is Monkey gonna continue chasing this? He has that Radiance.
Oh boy.
He's jumping on Moon. Is quick enough.
Two-man slight chains. Oh, okay, RLTW's found the Maiden and Moon. No BKB, no Blink, no Shadow Blade. They lose the Aegis, but it's all worthwhile.
He changes now from that rapier after he died so fast. He's like, alright, maybe I'm not unkillable. Maybe they just messed up in that black hole and I should get something like a Skadi. He does.
Get tank.
There's a Skadi on ELTW as well.
But yet again, there's no map here for Mineski. Bottom lane tier 2 falling. Juggernaut shoving out top lane.
I mean, they have this one core in Jug. I think that's the biggest issue for Mineski. Right? You have this one core.
Yeah.
You have the Jug. He's supposed to dish out all the damage from your team. Tiny is great at blowing up a target, but that's it. After that, just runs around. Waits for his cooldowns, obviously.
They're pushing high ground and forcing the glyph, OG. Dire Courier dies. Febby, with an arcane rune, very sneakily takes it out.
He had that antagonist. Okay, he just finished the Sags. So this Sags is going to allow them to play a little bit of a different way. It adds another dimension. Oh, Monkey jumps in. He's fine.
Pretty aggro from Topson. He's not holding Aegis or anything. Just a Manta style in the black hole. Hello, KP. Will catch a hold of the Ember, but again, just a remnant away. They lack the damage and the follow-through. Topson's just going to find a kill on Pylai Die. Quickly bring our Jit to his knees. Very close to dropping, but Topson stays inside his circle. And they'll focus down the tier 3. BKB, KP, has Blink Black Hole. His Refresher Orb has been used, but he doesn't jump in.
I mean, now he has no BKB either, so they're just gonna go in, I believe.
Yeah, in we go with RTW. Omni Slash, nice mischief, gets away. Topson save, but Jirax has the Black Hole. Easy as you like on the Juggernaut, who's likely just gonna have to buy back here to have any chance in this game whatsoever.
They have to. They have to fight this somehow. You still have the BKB on Tiny, but honestly,
it's looked over.
Yeah, it looks very much over.
Well, there's a pick-off. They've killed Rubik. Now you can't steal Black... Oh, he's brought back. Oh, Jit doesn't even move forward.
Yeah, that's one side. Now they go straight down mid. Another set of Praxis. They can't end the game because the tier 2 on top lane is still up. And Tiny has already ported to outpush that. They aren't giving up. They realize, alright guys, we still have Enigma. There is a possibility of a good black hole. Very unlikely, but it's possible.
So we've had, what, two or three black holes onto this Ember Spirit that just don't do anything.
I mean, first they tried to kill him before he had Skadi with the solo black hole here, and then he bought the Skadi and they decided to try the same thing there, yeah. And obviously it's not gonna work.
Oh, what's happening back here? Mr. Tiny. Oh, dearie me. Dead for 94. Jirax with a stolen spin. One lane to go. Top tier 2, half HP already.
He did manage to outpush top, so perhaps they're gonna... I don't know if they can backdoor this. We have the heroes for that, so they have to wait for the creep wave. But they'll still have plenty of time to work with. Take the last side.
RTW will bring out a nice fresh refilled bottle. Where's Seb going? Do you have bots? No.
Decides to go back a bit.
I don't know if he just... No, the gems from Pylai died. He finished his Ags.
Yeah, I guess.
Right. So he blinks, he vendettas, he runs across the map.
He could have... Like, couldn't he just give his items to Ember? He has 3 slots.
Yep.
Decides not to. He's like, I'll get my own stuff, thank you, mister.
Don't touch my items. He's very particular. Monkey King does have those boots of travel. Don't know how much use he'll get out of them though as this game coming to a close. ILTW just giving the old slight. Frostbitten for a while. He just doesn't really have a care in the world as long as he has a Remnant out and a Lotus Orb behind him. Arjit is actually just dying straight up to the Ember, and with a Will-O-Wisp they will force the time-lapse back on the Juggernaut, but here come the circles. Wukong's zones them completely away from this final lane of barracks, which OG looked to claim. And Seb bunkers down, okay. They're not committing.
I mean, they're playing versus Refresher Enigma. I guess that's the only thing that's repelling them right now. They can go take these runes, bounty runes, or maybe get a pick off and then go in. Maybe
He tries again. Look, he's looking for the crits. He wants these big hits to connect onto that Juggernaut.
Like he's waiting to be black holed again. He's doing, like, look at this. Please black hole me. Come on.
Give it a try. Just, you know, have a go. Have a crack at it. Rubik's even tipping the Ember, knowing what's happening. It's full.
He's teasing them, that's all.
It's just full control from OG. There is no way you can move as Mineski without being absolutely marauded by enemies. But here it comes. BKB Black Hole. But the return from GRX with his own blink. The refresher from KP. Where does he throw it? He's got no mana. He's got no mana for a second Black Hole. Stunned by 7. Killed off by Thompson. Down you go, Mineski. I think this might be curtains. End of the show. Quick Bound Strike dodge, but the Omni Slash Lotus Orb. No tail, quick on the fingers, pulls the trigger and says, nah, Arjit, you're not playing around with us. 32 to 40, 14k lead for OG, and they are putting this one to bed. Time lapse onto Arjit. He's still alive, technically. Life support about to be unplugged, and there it is.
No buyback. Now it's only on all on Tiny and Beaver. And it's very unlikely that they'll be able to defend, but you never know.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
Okay, we do know, right?
There is one Black Hole on KP.
Yeah, the one that he had no mana for.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
I mean, they aren't moving out yet, so.
Radiant's top barracks.
Yeah. That is a fact. That is true. They have not GG'd.
So what that tells me is they're gonna try another Black Hole here, at least another one.
Does he have BKB with it? Yeah, he does.
He does.
Okay, so blink BKB Black Hole.
And there's no Rubik, so you don't have to be careful. But do you have the damage?
I'm going to quickly preempt this. 4-man Black Hole! Come on, KP, I believe. Just get in there. Come on, my son. Will-O-Wisp dropped. Tiny struggling to stick on a target. And Keeper of the Light has zoned them all away. KP still biding his time and holding on to this, waiting for the perfect play.
He had like a 3-man Black Hole there, 100% that he could have committed to, but he's afraid that they won't have damage for it.
Well, Tiny is now forward, chucks the banana into the fountain. Thompson, he's looking pretty dead. Dead for 2 minutes, in fact, but their throne is being marauded by creeps. And that's what they need to deal with. Here's the Black Hole from KP with no BKB.
I get the creeps.
Yes, he's done. He's already used it. The Aeon Disc from 7, the creeps will finish off the rest.
Yeah, he was saving the Black Hole for the Mega creeps. Omega Hole. Alright, so the Enigma pick did really work out for them. It was good on the lane, but overall, picking that Enigma versus